I'm a criminal defense attorney, and a client of mine called me Good Friday of 2010. He had seen me in a bar, and he noticed the mole in my arm, and I kept letting the message go to voicemail. After 3 or 4 messages, I listened to them, and he told me that I really want you to get that mole checked out on your right wrist. I think you have melanoma. I was blown away. I mean, I was completely shocked. The melanoma is spread to my lymph nodes. It's in my lungs and liver.
Well, joining us now is Gigi Gilbert, and good to have you here, Gigi.
Thank you for inviting me, Angie.
Now, at the time that we made that PSA, you had been diagnosed with stage 4 melanoma.
Yes, it's actually been 3 years. August 26th of 2014 is when my melanoma metastasized. So I've been surviving for 3 years.
You are truly a miracle. You are a walking miracle.
I know, that's what my doctor tells me all the time, that I'm his healthiest patient.
You are very fortunate because this is not the way most melanoma cases turn out. Isn't that true?
That is true. Once, if you have stage 1 melanoma, which I had in 2010, and you catch it early, you have a 98% survival rate. But once it gets to stage 4, the percentage goes way down. A 5-year survival rate's anywhere from 15 to 20%, and then a 10-year survival rate's from 10 to 15%.
And you were actually given just several months to live at that time, weren't you?
I was told in March of 2015 that my organs were shutting down. Everything had turned white. My eyebrows, my eyelashes, and every hair on my body turned white. I was 94 pounds, and they told me that that was because my organs were shutting down.
Now today you are so healthy, and I know you give God the credit. The power of prayer has been immense in your life, but also you worked very closely with your doctors, and you took part in a drug made by Merck.
Yes, I was one of the first people to do Keytruda. Keytruda was FDA approved on an accelerated basis in September of 2014, a week after I metastasized. I had to do some other drugs first in order to qualify for Keytruda, but Keytruda is really an amazing immunotherapy, and that combined with the other immunotherapies that I took are the reason I'm here today.
That is amazing. And I know that you worked with MD Anderson, and they do believe it's a holistic look, a religious, spiritual look, as well as drug treatment that is saving people. They look at the whole picture.
It is a combination. I mean, I worked with MD Anderson in Houston, and I was involved in a clinical trial there where they harvested my till and grew it in case I needed to replant it. It's kind of like a stem cell transplant for other cancers. But thank God I didn't have to do that because the Keytruda and the other immunotherapies worked. I did also read a book called Radical Remission, which is by Kelly Turner, and it's 9 theories of, she followed people all over the world who had stage 4 cancer, and it's 9 reasons why some people survive and others don't. Besides a lot of luck, I did find God, and I also assumed a plant-based diet, took supplements, and did other things, a combination.
Well, we really appreciate your story, and your PSA has reached a lot of people, and you were on a mission to tell people about early detection and to stay out of the sun or wear that sunscreen at a 50 level if you can sometimes.
Well, melanoma, 95% of melanoma is caused by UVA or UV rays, UV radiation. So 95% of the cases are caused just by the sun. There's a small percentage that's not ocular melanoma, mucosal melanoma, but most of it's caused just by sun exposure. So that's everyday sun exposure. I never went to a tanning bed, but I did run outside. I did drive a convertible for a little bit, and that's what caused my melanoma.
Now you do have an event coming up. It's a fundraiser.
I do on September 27th at Morgan Manufacturing at 6 p.m. We're having our 3rd annual Wings of Hope for Melanoma. I'm on the board with my doctor, Jason Luke from the University of Chicago, and we're honoring Jeffrey Wayne from Northwestern University. Jeffrey Wayne was my oncological surgeon. He did my first surgery in 2010, and we have a number of Courage Award recipients as well. It's going to be a great gala that's sold out last year, so buy your tickets early at melanoma.org.
I just have to say I'm so glad you're here.
Oh, thank you, Angie, for inviting me. Love you.
Love you too.